Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. I wish we had Bruno Fernandes at Arsenal. That's the big claim from Gunners legend Ian Wright, and it's already caused sparks to fly. On the Stick to Football podcast, Wright praised the Manchester United skipper for carrying his team through a turbulent season, even defending him from another classic Roy Keane rant. While Fernandes has racked up a stunning 19 goals and 19 assists, Arsenal's own midfield talisman, Martin Odegaard, has struggled to hit last season's heights. But could Bruno ever wear red in North London? And would United ever sell to a Premier League rival? With Real Madrid sniffing around and Arsenal chasing trophies, it's a fantasy that's not so far-fetched, at least not for Wrighty. Let's dive into this transfer daydream, Roy Keane's brutal response, and what this means for Arsenal's midfield puzzle. Ian Wright has admitted that he would love to have Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes at Arsenal. Fernandes, 30, has been wearing the armband for the Red Devils in a campaign which has been terrible domestically, but still offers the opportunity for European silverware. While United could still gain qualification for the Champions League by beating Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final, Arsenal will have to accept another campaign without a major trophy. With the season ending soon, attention is turning to the transfer window, where Arsenal are on the verge of signing Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi, with a move for Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres also potentially on the cards. However, Wright, who has previously defended Fernandes from a Roy Keane onslaught, would be over the moon to see his former side turn their attention to the Portugal international. While speaking on the Stick to Football podcast, Wright said, "I wish we had Bruno Fernandes. I wish we had Bruno. I would love to have him at Arsenal." The ex-Gunner striker has repeatedly defended the United skipper when Keane has unleashed him. After Wright's latest defence on the podcast last month, the ex-United skipper said, Wrighty, I've had enough of that rubbish. You watch United every week. We focus more on United. Sit and watch a game with him. People pretend to be closing people down. Talent is not enough. You keep going back to talent. Bruno's a talented player, but it's not enough. Who were you in the dressing room with, Tony Adams? Tony Adams was this. Tony Adams was that, because he was a fighter. You've got young players who have to look at somebody and go, I like what he does. They all can't put the ball in the top of the net from 25 yards, I get that. But you want someone who's going, lads, are you with me? Are you with me? Wright told Keane that comparing modern captains like Fernandes to the likes of Adams is unhelpful, saying, maybe he's not that kind of captain, Roy, I'm with you, but what he's doing in respect of saving you, playing that pass, the goal. If Bruno's not there, United are in the relegation battle. Despite Wright's admiration of Fernandes, it's unlikely the Gunners would target a move for him. Arteta already has club captain Martin Odegaard in Fernandes' position, while Declan Rice is being encouraged to maraud forward more often. Zubimendi's potential arrival would only encourage the aforementioned duo to occupy more forward positions, while Kai Havertz may also be given more opportunities to play behind a striker should the Gunners sign a centre-forward like Gyökeres. Moreover, the chances of United doing business with Arsenal for a player as important as Fernandes are also highly unlikely. The silky playmaker's deal expires in the summer of 2027, but there appears to be no sign that he is agitating for a move out of Old Trafford. However, reports from the Daily Star at the end of March claimed Real Madrid were interested in the midfielder and were considering a shock £90 million move. If United lose the final in Bilbao on Wednesday, then Fernandes, who has been at the club since January 2020, will have to face up the reality of another season without Champions League football, despite his undoubted quality. While the season has been a poor one for United, he has still contributed 19 goals and 19 assists in all competitions. The ex-Sporting midfielder's numbers are far superior to Odegaard's, who has struggled to replicate his performances from the 2023-24 campaign. The Norwegian has only managed 5 goals and 11 assists compared to last year's record of 11 goals and 12 assists. With just 2 more league games of the season remaining, Arsenal are already starting to ramp up their preparations for the 2025-26 campaign, and the Gunners are expected to be very active in the transfer market. Mikel Arteta is set to finally land the new striker he's craved after injuries to Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz left the Londoners with a dearth of attacking options in the second half of the season. A deal for Martin Zubimendi is also understood to be at an advanced stage as Arsenal seek reinforcements elsewhere. Other areas of interest include a left winger and a new goalkeeper, with Espanyol's Joan Garcia at the top of Arsenal's summer wish list as they seek fresh competition for David Raya. Eddie Howe admits it has been taxing to see Alexander Isak linked with a move to Arsenal in recent months as the two sides prepare to fight it out for second spot in the Premier League. The Gunners are just 2 points ahead of Newcastle, ahead of their second league meeting of the season this weekend. And the Magpies know they will leapfrog their rivals into second spot with a win ahead of next week's Premier League finale. And Howe admits that speculation linking Isak to the Emirates has been a frustration given the fine campaign Newcastle have enjoyed. Arsenal are said to be planning to try and negotiate a deal with Real Sociedad for Martin Zubimendi rather than triggering the playmaker's £51 million release clause. The Athletic details how Arsenal previously triggered the clause of Thomas Partey back in 2020 when Andrea Berta, the Gunners' new sporting director, was at the helm. Atleti were said to be furious after only learning of Arsenal's interest when the funds to effectively release Partey from his contract were paid to La Liga. This time around, though, Arsenal have kept Real Sociedad informed of their intentions to keep relations positive, and there is even hope that negotiating could lead to a more favourable payment schedule rather than spending a huge sum in one go. Eagle-eyed Arsenal fans are convinced that a deal to bring Benjamin Sesko to North London is as good as done after the striker was omitted from the marketing campaign for RB Leipzig's new kit. The Bundesliga outfit unveiled their latest strip on Friday. But Sesko was not among those donning the new kit, sparking a frenzy of speculation on social media that the Slovenia star is all but certain to now be sold.